Yeah, shalom, brothers and sisters. We give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Kwadash. Real quick, this is going to be a lesson concerning men and women. Really, partnership is kind of touching on partnership to some degree, because a lot of our people are not really up on game when it comes to choosing the right candidate. On both sides, both men and women. See, a lot of us have been misled in this world to think that this is the type of woman that you should get, or vice versa. From the perspective of a woman, she's been told that, this is the type of man you should get, and it's all due to propaganda, etc., that we have been, immersed with and indoctrinated with, and that. So we believed that that's the measuring stick. That's our measuring tool. That's how we gauge a man and woman via your TV shows or your rap music. But I'm here to show you from a spiritual standpoint on how to gauge a man if you a woman, and how to gauge a woman if you a man. You see what I'm saying? To choose a wife, to choose the right candidate. So real quick, you see the scripture, John 7:24. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. That's self-explanatory. You understand? But many of us, we go by the appearance. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know for me, I'm still scuffling with that. You see a woman, you say, oh, wow, man, she look good, man. She's tall. The body look good, everything look good. And the same thing for you women. You see a man, you might say, oh, he's handsome. He's 8 foot tall, or whatever the case may be. But in reality, we can't go by that. We can't go by the physical appearance of a person. When we choose a wife, and when you women choose a husband, we're not supposed to go by that criteria. That's a worldly, fleshly criteria. We got to go by what the scriptures say. You understand? It's the scriptures say, but judge righteous judgment. See what I'm saying? The way we gauge things is from a righteous perspective of the Bible. Now, you may ask, well, what's the angle? How do we gauge? How do we analyze and assess, both man and woman? Let's go to the scriptures. It says here, Ecclesiastes 6:7-8. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you get a friend, what does it say? It says you prove them. How do you prove them? What test do you put them through? What questions do you ask them? You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask them. You're supposed to be able to look at them and determine, well, what type of spirit is he in? Now, this is if you in the truth. If you in the world, it's gonna be difficult. But if you in the world and you watching this video, I hope I can still be able to assist you, and I'm sure I will, because it's all in the same thing anyway. You understand? But how do you prove this person? If you a man, how do you prove a woman? We've already broke down that we can't prove them physically. So we got to go through their mind. We got to see what's their mind like. What's their conduct? What type of fruits are they bringing forth? How do they act? You ask a plethora of questions before you give them credit, before you give them a pass. You sisters, before you let the man in your house, you gotta first prove this man. Is he a criminal? Is he an ex-convict? Is he a pedophile? Etc. You gotta run his name. If you're in the U.S., you run that man's name. Make sure you get that man's name, and make sure his behind work. Make sure he got a job. Make sure he doesn't have any psychological problems before you give this guy credit. Number 8, for some man is a friend for an occasion. He need a place to stay. Or that sister might need a place to stay. You see what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. And will not abide in the day of thy trouble. So you might be with the sister, you brothers out there, and you might love this sister. You might want to have kids with this sister, but guess what? You have kids with the sister. She end up take the kids and leave you blind, leave you out there. You see what I'm saying? She done took your kids and left you out there. Why? Because you didn't prove her. And you sisters too. You might love a brother, but guess what? The guy was a bum out the gate. And guess what? The man ain't have nothing, but you chose to deal with him. Now a baby has come. Guess what? He's out. He done slipped out the back and left you in the mess. Left you to deal with the burden. Why? Because you didn't prove him. Again, how do we prove? You still asking me? Well, how do we prove? How do we prove? Let's keep going. Everything's in the scriptures. Everything is contained in the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? So what I want to do is actually, matter of fact, now this is another good scripture. I'm just running through these precepts. Okay? This is for you brothers that have sisters, that have Salakia. This is for you brothers that have daughters. But it's a sad case in this day and age, of course. Many of us come out of broken homes and where we don't have the family structure in order. The man is not the head of the house, the woman is. So that whole thing is messed up. But when you read this scripture, it says what it says. That's how things are supposed to go down. But we can still apply it to this day. You sisters, if you haven't got a father, you never grew up with your father. When you go out in the world to go choose a man, find a man, this is telling you here, but give her to a man of understanding. This is what your father should have did this, but this is what you now have to do. When you go out here in this world, and vice versa. But it's talking about you sisters. When you go out here in this world, you got to find a man that has understanding. Not understanding according to this world, but understanding of the Bible. Understanding how to operate. Understanding how to move according to the scriptures. You understand? And follow that. And then teach you that. And then you then teach the children. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not about no PhD and this type of accolade, that type of accolade according to the world. No, that's secondary. The first thing that man gotta have is understanding of the scriptures in order for you to then determine whether or not he's a good man. The good man is a man of the Bible. That's what you sisters have to get. That's how you prove a man according to the scriptures. Is he down with the scriptures? If the brother's down with the scriptures, he know who he is. That's a good man. But even in that, you still gotta prove him. You still gotta prove him. Because I'm gonna tell you this, you sisters and you brothers. Just because a sister says she's an Israelite, that don't mean the sister's right. And vice versa, you brothers, you sisters out there. Just because a brother say he's an Israelite and he's from this camp and that camp, he's a teacher. He may be a head dude. That don't mean he right. You still gotta prove these people. You gotta prove everybody. Just because you come in this truth, this faith, this walk, that don't mean that you out. That doesn't mean that you protected. That doesn't mean you out the mess. There's a lot of wicked, evil Negroes and sisters in this truth, committing adultery, stealing money, doing all kind of wicked, worldly stuff. You understand? But they call themselves top teachers, etc. I just watched a video the other day of the brother. They was bringing out accounts of these various camps, and brothers is as wicked and evil as hell, worldly as hell, on Facebook, Instagram, doing all type of wickedness. Them brothers you avoid, but they're in the truth. So, but even like I said, you gotta prove them. Back to the topic. So that's the point right there. That's what you gotta do. You gotta prove everybody. You want somebody, make sure they have understanding. You understand? So the next scripture, what we're gonna do, and this is for you brothers. Okay, we 8 minutes in. Let's get another precept. Matthew 7:16-20. Ye shall know them by their fruits. What's their fruits? Let's keep reading. Do men gather grapes, thorns, or figs, or thistles? So this is what you sisters and you brothers have to determine when you begin to choose a partnership. What are they gathering? What type of fruits are they gathering? What type of things that's coming off of their tree? You understand? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. And when it says tree, the tree there, that's talking about man or woman. You understand? It's symbolic for a man, the tree. You understand? Each tree can bring forth different fruits, but it could be corrupt or it could be good. But you would have to then determine that through what? The scriptures. The scriptures is the filtering system that gives you the understanding to determine if a woman is right and if a man ain't right. You understand? 18. A good tree, a good person cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Can't. You see what I'm saying? Let's read that again. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree. Right, cunt. So again, you'd have to gauge these things. And the fruit is talking about their acts, their conduct, their behavior. You got to ask these questions. Is this man a damn criminal? Does he have mental health problems? He's psychotic. Is he bugged out? These are things that you have to ask. And vice versa. You brothers, what's this sister about? Is she mentally stable? Is she got herself together? Is she working? What is she doing? Does she have kids? You understand? These are things that you brothers have to ask these sisters. You can't go by the physical appearance. Now I'm going to say this. If you want to go by the physical appearance and the beauty in a woman, that's fine. But just make sure that she fits all the requirements that the Bible has told us. You understand? Make sure that this sister's on point. You sisters out there, you can get a handsome brother. The brother could be as tall as you want him to be. And guess what? If he follow the scriptures and he's on the right path, then you deal with that brother. But you deal right with that brother. And you brothers, you deal right with that sister. That's how it's supposed to be. So all this mess and this confusion going on, you got brothers, they in this worldly state. They still trying to get these women that's worldly as hell and that has nothing to do with the scriptures. Then when they get caught up in some shit, then they blame the woman. No, that's on you. And a lot of the times you brothers been blaming the sisters, but in reality, you gotta blame yourself. You knew that sister was a hood booger. You knew that sister wasn't right, but you chose to deal with that sister because she was fine and because she had the big behind and all these type of stuff. And you sisters, you chose to deal with a dude. Here it is. This guy looked like what's the rap Chief Keef, King Von's. The man got his butt showing. He has no belt. He got a skinny little weak body, right? Skinny little muscle body, like Sub-Zero say, and you choose to deal with that brother. Then when the brother leave you, all of a sudden, the black man, he ain't nothing, the black man. And you brothers do the same thing. That's on you. Because I'm going to tell you this. You got a lot of good sisters out there. And I've been made a believer when I talked with a sister the other day in the supermarket, and it was a beautiful black sister, understand? And she changed my whole perspective on the black woman. Whereas before I had washed my hands from the sisters and I was done with them. But when I said, let me talk to this sister, she seemed decent. She dressed nice. She had her own hair. So from there, I was able to engage that sister and then determine, based upon her how she looked, that she was gonna be cool. And me and that sister talked, and it was good. Unfortunately, she was married, so I had to let the sister go. But she was a beautiful sister in the spirit. May the Lord bless that sister. But again, we got to get back to gauging the man. You got to gauge the woman. 19. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. So if that man or woman ain't bringing forth good fruit, then they out of there. The Lord ain't dealing with them. They're reprobates. And guess what? The Lord gonna cast them into the fire, which is destruction. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. So by their conduct, you sisters out there, okay? By their fruits you shall know them. You gonna know that man by his fruits. What's the fruits? His actions, his deeds. Okay? How does he treat people in the world? Is this guy a damn criminal convict? Okay, is this guy a damn is he on parole or something? Is this guy did he miss the court date? Dude, this guy got baby mamas all over the place, babies all over the place. What's up with this guy? Is he a drug addict? Is he a drug dealer? These are things that you gotta check before you give that man credit. And you brothers, you gotta make sure, is this sister a prostitute? Is this sister a thought? Is this sister for the streets? Again, you have to then determine that through what? Through what the scriptures say. You gotta gauge this sister. You have to prove them. You have to prove these sisters. Make sure that these sisters is right. Make sure that they're sanitary. Make sure that they got themselves together. Make sure that they're healthy. These are things that you have to do. Make sure these sisters work. They're taking care of themselves. You sisters, okay, make sure these brothers are working. Make sure that these brothers are decent, well-to-do men. They're not criminals. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Make sure these men ain't no damn criminals, man. A lot of you sisters been dealing with these criminal brothers, and then when the brother flip on you and hit you or do some wickedness, then it's F black men. No, you effed up. You effed up. Because why? You chose a wicked demon, and you chose to have kids with that dude. He was a bum dude. Now he done barely damn tried to kill you. That's on you. You have to prove these men, you sisters, and you brothers, prove these sisters. Because there's a lot of wicked, evil sisters out there. You understand? And brothers too. And brothers too. And I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of the times, well, not a lot of all the time, the reason why these brothers is wicked because they have no fathers. That's another thing. It's a whole nother topic. A lot of the times, the reason why these brothers are so wicked and evil and emotional and quick-tempered is because they grew up in single-parent homes and where their mamas can't teach them how to be men. So they don't even know. So they're halfway men. That's another topic. Okay, let's see what else precepts we got. Okay, you brothers now. This is for the brothers. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Come, you brothers, don't get too caught up on the looks of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Come, don't really be too caught up on that sexual tip, because a lot of the times you can get caught out there. A lot of men have got set up. A lot of men have got beat up, robbed over these beautiful women because they call them thirst traps. So you brothers out there have to be very, very, very aware of these sisters and all women, All these women, because a lot of these women are wicked as hell. You understand? Solomon said he ain't found one woman that was righteous. And in this system is producing essentially and is rewarding wickedness. So these sisters are all drenched in wickedness. OnlyFans, TikTok, Instagram, etc. And they all wrapped into the world of Babylon, which is confusion. So a lot of these women are confused, mainly our sisters. So again, you can't be too caught up on the beauty of a woman. Now, if the sister is a beautiful sister and she's doing all the right things according to the Bible and she's decent, right? Then you doing good, because the sister's beautiful and she's following the Most High. You can't go wrong. That's a blessing, and you honor that. You see what I'm saying? You do benevolence, you take care of her, etc. And you work, and she work with you, you work with her, and you work together. That's how it's supposed to go. You understand? All this confusion, she gotta have a BBL, she gotta have the tattoo on her face, the baby hairs. Those ain't women, brothers. The baby hairs, that's not a woman. Okay? You want to make sure you get a sister that's decent. You know, she wears her own hair. She seems like she's about something. You know, and she's gentle, she's feminine. That's what it is. You work with the sister. You gotta work with them. Those are our women. We have to gauge our women. Not all of them are bad, but we have to gauge them. You know what I'm saying? And you sisters out there, not all the brothers is bad. You understand? But you gotta work with them. You gotta work with them. And I'm gonna say this too, you sisters. When you get with a good brother and he's in his truth, guess what? You better protect that brother. You better watch over him. You better do him good. You understand? Because he's your head. That's in the scriptures too. The Most High set the order up. The order is that the man is the head of the woman. So you gotta honor that. Okay. And another precept, one more precept. This is for the brothers. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Come, because you spending your money. She's a whore. You understand? You know the sex was good, so you want to continue to facilitate. You want to spend your money on this woman, but she's a whore, and she's reduced you to bread, to nothing. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Come. Because really, these adulteresses, they're all fucked up. They're all messed up. So they want you to feel that suffering. You know what I mean? They want to hunt for your life. They want to destroy your life. They want to get you caught up in some stuff. See what I'm saying? So that's why you have to avoid these individuals. You have to avoid these whorish women. You sisters, you got to avoid these wicked, evil brothers. Even in this truth. See that? Now you can get caught out there. Because a lot of the times you think, well, I'm out the mess. I'm in this truth, so surely I can find a decent brother. No. A lot of these brothers in this truth are wicked and evil as hell. They're worldly as hell, and they're wicked as hell. A lot of these brothers in this truth, you can just look at them and see they're worldly. You understand? That's why the Most High say you gotta prove a friend. You have to prove them. What does it mean to prove? You gotta judge them. Judging is righteous. Okay? Let me see something here. The book of John 7:24 is in red. Yahweh Shai is about you judging people. You have to judge righteously. Judge righteous judgment, like the book say. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you brothers and sisters out there, make sure that you judge the sisters, you brothers, you sisters, you judge the brothers right. And you brothers, make sure you judge these sisters right, according to the Bible. Judge everything. Don't judge by the appearance. If you've taken them out on a date, make sure you ask questions. Make sure you ask who they are, what their business is, who they are, what's their criminal background, if they're violent, etc. You sisters, ask these questions. Is he a pedophile? Is he a damn maniac? Did he break out of jail? You don't even know. This man might be wearing a device. If you see a man wearing some type of foot device, tracking device, you run from that crazy Negro. If you see a guy with tattoos on his face, you know that man ain't right. So you run from that guy. You see a guy walking down a back alley looking dirty as hell, you run from that guy. It's just the truth. You don't embrace that guy, bring him in the house. And a lot of you sisters, you be bringing these bum dudes in your house, these crazy maniac dudes in your house, and you got daughters. You got sons, young sons and daughters. And you allowing this bum dude, this drug addict in your home because you lonely. No, sister, you got to take time off and recollect, get yourself right. And another thing too, you brothers out there, you got to get yourself right if you want a rib. If you want a rib, if you're looking for a woman, You brothers gotta work out. You brothers gotta take care of yourself. That's another video. You brothers in Israel are overweight. You eating bad food. You drinking Gatorade. You drinking Coca-Cola, soda pop, which is full of chemicals. You eating these potato chips. You understand? You're ruining your bodies. You're not working out. You're not eating. You're not taking the herbs. You're not doing anything that the scriptures say to do. Because the scriptures is, when you read about the scriptures talk about the herbs. You understand? And working out and things of that nature. But we understand that bodily exercise profiteth little. We understand that, but we do what we have to do. We have to take care of ourselves and our health. And then you brothers are not doing these things are expecting to get a decent woman. You ain't gonna get no decent woman because you ain't decent. You a glutton. And you sisters, you're overweight. You sisters gotta get on a treadmill. You gotta work out. You have to eat good. You gotta eat the right foods. Get your pH level right. Get everything right before you decide to go out there and find a man. Before you brothers go out there to decide to find a woman. You gotta get yourself together. Get your body right. Take a year or two off to get your body right, get your mind right. And when you get your body right, you get your mind right, then you can get the right woman. But until then, you're gonna be getting these ruggadunga women. You understand? And then when they flip on you and do you wrong, then you bugged out. And you sisters, the same thing. When these men flip on you, then all of a sudden you acting all crazy. Because why? You wasn't right in the spirit. You was unhealthy. Your mind wasn't right. Your pineal gland was decalcified. You wasn't in the right zone. So the Most High left you in another zone. So everything that we do, we got to follow it up and line it up with the Bible. The Bible is the measuring stick on what decisions we make. The Bible is the measuring stick on the decisions we make. And that's with men and women. Really in all aspects of life. But I'm dealing with the topic of men and women. You understand? So once we understand that, we should acknowledge it, we should honor it, and we should walk in this direction. Once we do that, everything will then begin to work the way it's supposed to. You understand? So with that, peace to the brothers, grace and peace to the elders, the bishops, the apostles, all the other elders in the other camps, the elders in all the other camps. Big up to them. They taught me this truth. It's all respect for the various elders in the other groups. Okay, the former elders, Kazak, Lahab, you understand, Yeshaya, all the former heads. All respect Elder Benyamia, Elder Barak. You respect those brothers. I respect them brothers. Those are good brothers. Taught me this truth. They're not perfect, but we honor our elders. You understand? We have to honor the elders and respect the elders to some degree. Not worship them, but we honor them. Okay, with that, shalom, peace, grace and peace.